Week 4 of Carrie's prompts created a little struggle for both of us. Yellow, green, bluebells, and textiles soon were scooped into the page.
This is P.
And I am Mariah, the M. Together we are PM Artist Studio. So please like and share. Your support is greatly appreciated. And now let's get started. Okay, here we are, week 4. This was a tricky one, as we stated in the intro. I don't know why. Well, number one, yellow is just kind of tricky. Actually, it wasn't the yellow, it's the yellow and green together. It's certainly not anything that's go-to for me. But we did have some awesome plaid paper here.
Awesome plaid paper.
Yeah.
And
created by, yours truly over here.
Yes,
sort of. Then I take it.
Yeah,
she drew it out.
I drew those lines.
She drew those lines.
I did draw those lines.
So I left all of the cutting in so we could get yammery. This gives you your
my
opportunity to gripe about, the little drawing over there. And how that was just...
The drawing that is over there was not followed. And I think that's part of it. There's just so much yellow. And I really wanted to have three different plaid papers on there, but Mariah
I was running out of time, and I just wasn't feeling inspired.
And I just told her, next time you just need to hand this off to me. I could have torn those layers out in like a New York minute. But no, I was not allowed to do that. Mariah just headed on and just...
I was feeling very, I wanted this out by Friday. And so here we are on Friday making this recording. And I'm hoping to have it up, before dinner. There you go. Anyway, so do you feel good about letting people know?
I want to tear it all apart and do it over.
Well,
and I want to write some little witticisms on the back of
witticisms
on the back of the ice cream cones.
Hey, whoa. Spoiler alert.
Oh.
All right, hey, so real quick, I didn't want the writing to be white. I wanted it to blend in, not blare out. It's just kind of a pet peeve of mine. I feel like it should make the words part of...
Should be integrated.
Integrated. Thank you. There
Visually
you go.
integrated into the...
I can't do just a white block and cut things out like it.
Boy.
That's hard for me to do.
I didn't notice that you even used that. That was really
it's
subtle.
It was very subtle. Yes. So the 3 things that I did use there were the Lindy's spray, which is the sparkly one.
Are you sure it's not Lindsay?
Yes, we've had this. God, she's reverting back on me. We had this worked out. The Mr. Huey's, which is no longer
had it worked out.
Mr. Huey's is no longer available, and then the picket fence, which we both love using.
I don't think there's a D in it.
There is. It's Lindy's, Lindys.
Oh, Lynn. Yeah. There's no.
Exactly.
No, I knew there was something. What are you doing there?
I was bringing in the green because the prompts were yellow being the main color. You can bring in black and white, and then the green was the accent color. The focal point was to be a vessel or a vehicle. I went with a vehicle because then the wording was looking at the bluebells or something like that. Viewing bluebells. So, we're from Texas.
Yeah, and we're big on bluebells.
Yeah. Well, that and bluebell ice cream.
Yes.
So, I thought it was hilarious that I found a vehicle there was an old-timey vehicle too, so it looked pretty cool.
Yes, I approved of the vehicle. 100%.
She approved of the vehicle. Thank God.
Excuse me.
Oh, goodness. Excusez-moi.
I'm going to have to stop drinking before we have these little chats.
I didn't know it had affected her so. I wrote the cool little thing, which is viewing bluebells from behind the frosty glass. May I ask, what flavor tickles you, alas? And I'm waiting for my hand to move there. Because I don't have it in front of me.
I'm going to say, where is it?
No, it's upstairs. Butter crunch to mint chocolate chip. Which shall we dip?
That's
I mean, it is
absolutely
just clever and cute. And
it is just
hey, Bluebell.
Cute as those little ice cream cones.
You can have it as long as you give me some love.
Send us ice cream.
Oh, yeah, that would be cool. We do actually really like mint chocolate chip, but vanilla is our favorite. I mean, as far as Bluebell. Hey, they make a coffee ice cream too that is.
Oh.
I mean, right up there with the Haagen-Dazs. I mean, Haagen-Dazs is Haagen-Dazs, but I love some coffee ice cream. So I drew in the lines, the green lines, the accents for the accent, and then I used both. Actually, I think I used 3 different things. I used the Chocola chalk marker,
right,
a Posca, and
along those lines.
Yeah, I did 3 different greens, maybe even 4. But and then the Chocola acrylic. I knew that we were going to sew in some things. P had these really great, grandiose ideas. Seriously, this would have taken us 2 weeks to create the thing that she wanted.
Nay.
And plus, she was giving me a little pushback on, like, I had to have certain things done before she was going to sew things, and I just knew the time was running out.
Well,
this is not a project. This is a exercise.
Well, and see, if you had involved me, I could have done a lazy daisy stitch on there. I could have run a little on the sari ribbon.
Yeah.
But see, you didn't even give me a heads up on that.
Well, you were watching your crazy French Canadian
murder show.
Well, they're either murdering or really loving each other. Let's just say that.
One or the other.
It's wildly inappropriate on both ends. So I get to listen to that while I'm, crafting. So placement, it was really, I'm telling you, this whole thing was a big old struggle for me. I love the way it turned out. I really do. I know that you don't love it, but that's okay.
I don't love it because it needed more.
You know what I
got? Breaking up in the background.
I think I have another truck and other things. So, like, if you're feeling inspired, you want to show us your version of this, go ahead.
You know what? You just hooked me up, and I'm going to go up there right now, and I'm going to do it, and you are going to be so jealous.
Awesome. Make sure that you comment below.
I'm not commenting on yours. I'm going to wait and comment on mine.
You're going to upload it to your own channel?
Yeah.
All right. Stay tuned, guys. I'll even link it over there for you.
Yeah, well, don't be holding your breath on that one. I know those words.
If she does do it, I will post it. Are you going to record it?
Well, I can. I think my phone is even charged up.
All right.
I don't know how much.
Hey, there might be another a part deux. Well, all right. So, I already had P had handed over some thread, and I had, she'd given me some that was buttonhole thread. It was a little thicker, but my needle already had some green on it, so I was lazy and used that. And even though it was green, it just did not show up, but no worries. I did fix that, and I was very proud of that.
I applauded that decision.
But thank goodness P had talked to me through some of her vision, because she's like, yeah, if we're going to sew on this thing, we need to sew it before you glue it. Because, see, I totally would have probably glued some things down and been like, oh, yeah, I probably should have sewn that first, and then it would have made it a lot easier. So it was that part went pretty smoothly. Now, again, just this placement, and I was trying to get my tear just right. I didn't know if I was going to have to do 2 layers of the sari, and see, I glued it to the other side because this particular sari, well, actually, all of the sari that we have used, and if you glue it down, or we did the one with the Mod Podge,
it turns black.
I mean, it does. The color goes away. It turns pretty much either really dark brown or black, which is kind of interesting.
Well, I'm going to have to look at it to see what, this actual placing the stencil down really did. I never noticed it in the...
Well, see, look, there's some kind of in the middle area there.
You know what I'm going to do with mine? I'm going to take and do some of my new...
I'll even give you my other scraps from this that would integrate in well. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can have the whole bag. I put it, not bagged it. I didn't tag it though.
Oh, well.
But I do know where it's at.
That's important.
I even cut out, look, the little window things.
Well, you're going to do that on mine?
Oh.
Well, I don't do cutting.
You like a little fussy cutting?
I just tear it out and have
All right, I will fussy cut for you.
Thank you very much.
And then, should have made, well, you'll see it. Well, there's the little ice cream cones up there, but I should have made them bigger.
I'm going to put my picture in the driver's seat.
That would be hilarious.
You just think I'm kidding.
No, I don't. I think that will be wonderful. So, see, I was going to make it, or I did make it a pocket, but I should have made it more shallow. So then I had to come back in with glue. It turned out okay, but obviously...
The ice cream cones disappeared down into the truck. It dipped into the truck a little.
Dip into the truck.
Drastically.
Yeah, see, whoop.
Whoa, lost them.
Lost them. And see, that's my butter crunch and mint chocolate chip. Now I'm showing it to P. She's, making judgy remarks.
I was not. I said it.
Well, okay, no, sorry. She really didn't make it.
At this point, I didn't want to say anything because I knew it was just about done.
Which was judgment enough.
Oh, yeah.
Judgment enough.
There's a time for comments and then there's a time for just...
Yeah, notice how long I just left it. Normally, in these videos, whenever I show something and there's more interactive debate or us working things out, it goes longer.
There's more.
There was not a lot of that. She was like, yeah, it looks great. Which is also very, that's mom talk for... Yeah, sounds good, honey. Bless your heart.
Bless your little heart.
Bless your little heart with your...
Did good.
Mommy loves you.
And no, I don't want to come over there and do anything to it right
now. Yeah, you've done enough. Or you haven't done enough.
Yeah.
So the reason I did all of that, because I needed that continuation. And I contemplated whether I was going to do green, but I was trying to stick a little bit more to the prompts. Being a bit more...
That certainly helped. Yes, that white spot up there was just really...
It just kept drawing you up there, and then it's out of focus. Because, again, with the yellow being so bright and whatever, but then you have this white part across the top. It was... Look at that. That was some good stuff right there. Use that PVA glue.
Oh, I know we're getting kind of low on the...
Well, and I just didn't... I knew it was a big space, so I wasn't going to use the art glitter glue. And I could have probably laid down some tape, but again, I wanted to be able to slide it around just a little bit. Although I'd really worked out that positioning about 20 times. And then it kept sticking to the other because my glue. It was just a little bit of a train wreck there, here and there.
Have any of that ribbon left?
I do. So you may have it. Touching up some spots there, and then I was like, oh, I could see it in the camera when I looked up. Yeah, the white, so I came back in. Look at this. Hey, I was handling it. I tell you what, those Chocola chalk markers, I just really love them. You just have to remember that they will bleed onto other things, and you must seal them somehow if it's going to be something that's touched a lot. I didn't really seal that.
Well, who's going to be sticking their finger back there?
Well,
yeah, we do have one of those.
We do have
stickers.
one of those. Her name's Isabella, and she's a little destructor because she's 3.
And if there's any kind of an opening, she wants to check it out.
Yeah. So I wanted to make the cones look a little bit more interesting, and I am with you on that. Like, they need a little more, like some cool sayings or something on the back. And then I was like, shoot, I should have done that before cutting them out. I was just sort of over it. I've had a hard week. But isn't that just cute? And I even like how my other stuff is fluffing out there from the
back side.
Well, from the purple page.
Yeah.
Yeah. And here I was deciding, and I was like, I don't even have any green PM. Well, I have sort of greens, but not like green. This is pretty green. Then this is when I had taken it over to you, and you did say, you confirmed that yes, that there needed to be a...
You needed to make that stitching look
Yeah.
a little more obvious because it kind of just blended into
really
the
did.
point that it was...
So, I don't know. There's probably some name for this thing that I just did here. So, I had a
Running stitch.
and then I came back through it and just kind of I did this with it. Here, I'll show you. And
Yeah.
then you can tell me if
You
that's
swirled. Yeah, there is a name for it. I don't know what it is,
Yeah.
but yes, it is an embroidery
Sorry.
stitch.
Hey, comment below. Let us know what that is called. I will try to look it up. But I'm terrible about finding the names of stitches and stuff. I mean, obviously you can find the kind of top ones, but I don't know. I don't always feel like...
I think I'm going to do some blanket stitching on mine.
Oh. Woohoo.
Mm-hmm.
And I even made sure that truck hit that green line just the way that it
You know, we
was.
should
Like,
talk-
there was some real thought on placement.
We should talk about that because when you have items that have a obvious directional flow, like trucks, I mean, of course they do back up, but mostly they go forward.
Beep, beep.
So
You can put some beep, beep on the end.
design, you can't.
Yeah. And you want it running into the page because you have, so like,
That's directing your eye.
yes. And it keeps you centered in the page. And then the green line where the tires are, anchor it.
Mm-hmm.
It says that, oh, that would make sense. Floating objects in space generally do not make for good design. You want to know why I know this? Yeah, my high school art teacher, Bobby Weed. I had that written on one of my pieces of artwork.
And I think that to a certain extent it is true, but when you get into abstract expressionism,
And it was
it's not.
very abstract. But he was not a lover of...
Well,
He liked birds and landscapes and very...
Yes, he did.
He wanted art to be done
Properly.
exactly. Right, yeah. He's old school.
verisimilitude.
He was a nice guy.
He was a very nice guy.
But we didn't always agree on things.
And I certainly didn't agree with his methodology of teaching.
Well, I didn't either. As a student, I don't think he always appreciated my commentary. But anyway, so there we have it.
There we have it.
The yellow-green vehicle viewing bluebells. And not in a very literal sense, see? And that's what I loved. It took me a bit to find all that. Like, that's another reason this one was a little bit harder. Like, I was like, there was some parts of this that I wanted very literal. And then the other part, because, flowers in a vessel would have meant bluebells in a vase, which I think even Carrie said that was very obvious, and she kind of wanted to shy away from that too. So, because that stretches you. Like,
I
it would have
think
been
it does.
easy to do that.
I don't. These colors are certainly not colors that.
Yeah.
And my greens and my yellows, I will tell you right now, are not going to be.
Right. Hey, if you like this video, if you want to leave us a comment, we really love those. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Ring that bell.
Ding ding.
Bye.